Good morning, students. Today let us discuss about El-Gamal encryption. So this topic comes in the third chapter of the second module, and this is the last chapter of the second module. Okay. So in this El-Gamal encryption, as students we studied in RSA, we had a set of formulas where we used to encrypt the message, and later on we used to decrypt it, so that ultimately we get the message. So encryption would be done in the sender side, and decryption would be done in the receiver side. And wherever we used to do encryption, we used to do it via private key, and decryption we used to do via public key. They're the same concepts, but the formula is different here, students. That's all. The parameter and formulas are different. So all other things are same. It's like that one, like RSA only. But in RSA we had a separate formula. Here we have a different formula. That's all. Okay. So we'll study the formula first. That how the formula comes. Then later on we'll see the problems. So this is what we are going to do in this particular video. Okay. So students, El-Gamal encryption uses a large prime number P. Okay, so it uses a large prime number P. So this is one of the inputs which is required in the formula basically. Okay, P. So it requires a prime number. So remember that P is a prime number, and generator G in ZP star comma P star. Okay, so generator G. So G is one more parameter, and El-Gamal private key is an integer A. So and the A's value should be between 1 and P minus 1. Okay, that means what? It should not be more than that. It should not be more than P minus 1, and it should be more than 1. Okay, so that's what it begins. Between means not exactly between, in any range of values between 1 and P minus 1. So A is the another variable. So these three things we require, students, here. So that is what we understand in this two lines. Okay, so how do we get the public key basically? So the corresponding public key is the triplet. So that is P comma G comma alpha. So what is P, students? P is a prime number, and G is the generator, and alpha is a public key which we need to find. Okay, so where alpha is the encryption key. So students, in this what we are understanding is nothing but we are encrypting using public key. So that means what? If we are encrypting using public key, then the decryption will be using the private key. As simple as that. Okay. Oh yeah. So how do we get the formula? So alpha, that is alpha, that is key, that is public key. Okay, so encryption key, which is nothing but alpha is equal to G to the power A mod P. So it's as simple as that, G to the power A mod P. So in your problem, this is the formula which you need to find first, from which you get the alpha. Okay. Now, so next what you will do, you will put this alpha in the formula to find the ciphertext. Okay, so that we will see now. So let P comma G comma alpha be the public key of A. Okay, so A basically a sender side. That's what they are telling. They mean to encrypt a message to be sent to A, B does the following. Okay. So the message is sent to A, students. B does the following. So who sends the message to whom? B sends the message to A. That means. Okay, so they have taken the B as a sender here. As simple as that. Anyone can be a sender, students. That you need to know. So B chooses a random number R. So R is one more parameter, and R's value also should be between 1 to B minus 1. Like your G like your A value. Okay, so that one also you have to know. So students, one thing what you need to understand is A is the private key, students. Okay, so that is the one. So using this alpha, that is the public key, we find using the private key here. That is what you need to understand. So next one, to encrypt a message to be sent to A, B does the following. Okay, so what he does, B computes a random number R, so whose value is between 1 to B minus 1, such that R is relatively prime to P minus 1. So B computer, so he find the two ciphertexts. So that is nothing but C1 and C2. So this is the formula. C1 is nothing but G to the power R mod P, and C2 is nothing but M into alpha to the power R mod P. So M is nothing but the message, students. All other parameters we have discussed so far. So by once it finds C1 and C2, obviously in the channel it will find the it will send the C1 and C2, as simple as that, which the receiver, in this case A, it is nothing but A, he has to decrypt it. Okay, yeah. So B sends the ciphertext C is equal to C1 comma C2 to A. Decryption at A side. Okay, so as we have already discussed, decryption will be done in the A side. A uses its private key A to to decrypt and obtain plain text M. So that time only we have discussed, students, the encryption was done in the public key. So if encryption would be done in the public key, then obviously the decryption would be done in the private key. This is what we had been studying in all the concepts so far. Okay, so once you get the decryption, you get the message M. Okay, so using this, obviously while decrypting you have to use the ciphertext which you had found it. So you can see, students, here two ciphertexts are there, so that you can see it's providing more kind of security, whereas in other places you could see only one ciphertext would be there. Here two ciphertext, so that C is nothing but a combination of two ciphertext, C1 and C2. So C1 to the power minus A into C2 mod P. So once you do this, you get the message. So this is nothing but M. M is equal to C1 to the power minus A into C2 mod B. Okay, so this is the whole concept, students. That's as simple as that. So let us now we have already understood the concept. Now let us go and understand the problems, the working behind it, so that we will understand the concept very clearly. Okay, so let us go to the problem now. Yeah, so you can see here, this is the problems on Al-Gamal encryption. So obviously, students, message should be given M is equal to 3, which has to be encrypted, students, using the formulas whichever we had studied just now. Okay, in the concept, when we are studying the concept. Assume P, the prime number is 11 already given, G is generator which is 2, recipient's private key is 5. Okay, private key is also given, I think it's A. Okay, yeah. So sender chooses a random integer, R is equal to 7. So you can see, students, all the parameters are given here. Your work is simply to encrypt, that's all, encrypt and decrypt. Okay, perform encryption and decryption. This problem is very simple. Okay, so let us see what to do. First is nothing but finding the public key. So finding the public key means alpha. The formula is nothing but alpha is equal to G to the power A mod P. So you substitute it, it's very simple mathematics. You get alpha is equal to 10. Also this thing is all steps are done here. So you get the public key here, so you get the alpha is equal to 10. Okay, once we get the alpha, what we are doing, we are finding out C1 and C2. So C1 formula is G to the power R mod B, substitute the respective values whichever is given, you get the C1. Okay, so which is nothing but 7, then find out the C2. Okay, so you get C2 is equal to 8. So this is the formula, M into alpha to the power R mod P. So we had already discussed in the this thing, already discussed in the while we were studying the concept. So we get the C1 and C2. So C is nothing but it's a combination. You can see C1 and C2. C is nothing but C1, C2. We send it this way to 7,8. Okay. So this is done and it is sent from sender side to the receiver side. Now in the receiver side, obviously decryption will be performed. So obviously it is nothing but M is equal to C1 to the power minus A into C2 mod P. Okay. Yeah. So it is nothing but 7 to the power minus 5 into 8 mod 11. Okay. So students, here once again it is simply the inverse concept, which is a 7 inverse to the power 5 into 8 mod 11. So for we have already discussed how to do this steps before, but okay, if you are not knowing how to do this particular step, so I will tell here. So students, what you are supposed to do is 7 inverse means what, students? 7 into what number mod 11 gives you 1. It's as simple as that. Inverse, wherever it comes, you need to see it in that way. Okay, so that's why we have put this 5 outside here. So because 7 to the power minus 1 to whole to the power 5, it is same as 7 to the power minus 5. So we need to put it in inverse form, so we have to simply put it this way. So 7 inverse, so which 7 inverse is nothing but 7 into what number? So 7 into 1 is equal 7 into 1 mod 11, how much it is? It is 7, so it is not the 1. So you have to start from 1. Okay, then go with 2, 3, 4, so 5, 6, 7, 8. So when 8 comes, students, what happens? 7 into 8 mod 11. 7 into 8 is 56. 56 mod 11. That is what it is shown here. Here in the right side. 56 mod 11 is nothing but students 1. Okay, so that 8 is the number here. Okay, 7 in place of 7 inverse, you get 8 in that way. So 8 to the power 5 into 8 mod 11. So that is what you are doing, as simple as that, students. Okay, wherever inverse is there, just to do the same thing. 7 here 7 is there, so 7 into, start with 1, then go with 2, 3, 4. So when any number there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 till there, obviously that it won't become 1. So when 7 into 8 it becomes 1. So that is why 8 comes here, 8 to the power 5 into 8 mod 11. So when you substitute this, obviously you do the decryption, and you are seeing to find the decryption we need both C1 and C2. So we get the message M is equal to 3. So this is the problem, students. Here one more problem is there. Okay, is also done in the same concept, students. So alpha was found out here using the formula, then they found the C1 and C2, then they sent it to the decryption side, and in decryption C1 and C2. So here you could see 20 was there. Okay, so here also like that only you need to go, students. 20 into 1 mod 23. Okay, so whether it gives 1, no, it doesn't give. So you need to go till 15 here, students. 20 into 15 mod 23 gives you 1, students. So that is why 20 inverse is 15, as simple as that. So whenever you find this, you get m is equal to 10. And always you need to remember, students, how will you find out whether your problem is correct or wrong? You will find out because the message what was sent before. So here, students, message is obviously given to you in this problem. See, m is 10. Okay, so message is 10. So that same message should be retrieved at the receiver side. That means your problem is correct. Okay, here also like that. See, m is 3, whatever you had got after decryption. Even m whatever they had given, students, in the sender side, both m is same, students. See here, message m is equal to 3. So that is how you get this thing. That's how you will come to know whether your problem is right or wrong. As simple as that. Okay, so this is the problem on Al-Gamal encryption, concept and problem. Okay, thank you, students. This is all we have in this class.